Hello, this is Bill Colodzi. Welcome to a Legacy Cube Draft. We're going to start off here with a pretty easy pick. I mean, this has to be the pick. Tamio, since that's the art on the booster pack. Besides that, there's no other Planeswalker, there's no other great blue card. There's a dragon here. Banned in standard Reflector Mage, so that must be good. Overall, a weak pack and pretty easy direction to take. Notable here, Hero of Bladehold, great in the white weenie deck as kind of a finisher. Now we have some options. We can pick Dissolve, which is a 3-mana counterspell as opposed to a 2-mana counterspell, which is really what you want. But it can still do the trick. Mystic Snake, and some other stuff that is not quite as good. The option here is to take Dissolve, or to take a green card and kind of go into some ramp strategy. I'm tempted by that. I'm tempted by this Search for Tomorrow. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, here we have two good options. Sower of Temptation and Negate as one of the 2-mana counterspell options. I do like that. Holding Negate up and then just winning the game with whatever you've assembled can be pretty strong. Sower of Temptation is good, but kind of easy to kill. Okay. Gilded Lotus. Not much artifact ramp in this cube, but this is one of the good options. So I will take that. It also lets us take more expensive spells like the big Planeswalkers and Ulamog and things like that. So if we see any big payoffs, we can go that direction. Now here's Terastodon. That is a possible thing to do with all this mana. And since we do look like blue-green at the moment, I'm going to go for that. Ooh, Panharmonicon. Alright, so I have seen this card in the new version of the cube, and it doesn't seem insane. It seems like if you have a lot of creatures with effects that come in, maybe it can work. That said, the only other thing to take out of this pack would be like Deceiver Exarch or Explorer. Neither of those are premium picks unless you're trying to combo off with the Deceiver Exarch, but that requires red. So I'm going to pick Panharmonicon here just in case we can get it to work, but I'm not hopeful about that. It's just something cool to try. Kiora's Follower, perfect to get up to our 4 mana. Fact or Fiction, hard to argue with that. Chromatic Lantern is a piece of pretty good ramp. Wall of Blossoms works well with Panharmonicon. So those are the three options here, and in general, Fact or Fiction is just hard to pass up. Okay, Reflector Mage for some Panharmonicon madness, and not much else here, so I'll take that. The dragon is good, Dramoka there, but as a first white card, I think Reflector Mage kind of works better with Panharmonicon. Mystic Snake, counter 2, target spells. Yeah. Why not? Okay, Yavimaya Elder doesn't do anything when it enters. Eldritch Evolution can get any creature bigger than it, so 1 cost, you can sacrifice it to go into a 3 cost. That art is kind of silly. I'll take that here in case it does work out well for us. Reclamation Sage. Destroy 2 things with Panharmonicon. I also like Summoning Trap, but being able to fetch for the Sage and double our effect makes that pretty appealing. And some other stuff. Savannah, nice here to fix for white. Bant Panharmonicon. Can that be a real thing? We'll see. We'll definitely find out here if that can work. Wow, there's Ulamog. You just have to remember that you won't get double triggers off of that from Panharmonicon. And there's also Noble Hierarch, which helps everything we're doing. It helps us spend green, blue, and white mana, all the mana, and go up to 3 mana. It's just great. So I'll take that here over Ulamog. It's a little shame to pass that since we have Gilded Lotus, but you do need something to do on turn 1 if you're going to have the fastest start. Huh. Now there's a trigger. Gain 5 life and get a 3/3 with flying. Now you have to be behind in life and behind on the board for those triggers to happen, but I guess that's the whole point. And you can double up if you're way behind. That said, I'm just gonna, enters the battlefield or transforms. That's kind of cool. I don't want to go into red yet, so I'm happy enough here taking Overgrown Battlement to help ramp up. Okay, whenever a land enters, so that doesn't really work with Panharmonicon, unfortunately. And that's a good enough reason not to take it. Sundering Titan, on the other hand, that has a nice enter the battlefield effect. Just destroy all the lands in play. Alright, we're really doing it here. Okay, Bruna doesn't do much. Cloud Goat Ranger has a nice thing, but Daze is always going to be a nice spell in this kind of deck, and I don't want to go double white necessarily. So, of all the cards here, I like Daze the best. Another counterspell, Remove Soul here, 2 mana counterspell. But it's a little greedy to take that over this fixing if we are in 3 colors. It finds Savannah, so it finds green, white, and blue. Possibly. Master of Waves. Now that has a nice little enter the battlefield effect. So you can double up your elementals off of the Panharmonicon, and all of your Devotion to Blue kind of helps it out. So we could even twist ourselves into more of a blue permanent deck, but I like that here. Just of note, they added vehicles to this cube, so we saw a Fleet Wheel Cruiser in that pack. More of an aggressive card, and less of this kind of mid-range Bant whatever deck. Misty Rainforest, another nice dual land for us. Nothing else really here. Revelark is a leave the battlefield effect, so that doesn't work with Panharmonicon, which doubles enter the battlefield effects for lands and artifacts only. So yeah, it's not as good with things like Rampaging Baloth, unless your land is also an artifact, but they don't have any of those in this cube. Surak, the Hunt Color. That does let Terastodon attack the turn it comes into play. It does some interesting things. I'll take it here. Alright, Into the Royal as a little bounce. Song of the Dryads to lock up anything, or Temple of Mystery, and I like Into the Royal here. Gives our deck a little flexibility. Huntmaster of the Fells is back. Augur of Bolas here too, but we have so few effects to get off of it. 5 or 6. It's not going to be enough to really make it work. I'll take Huntmaster in case our mana becomes really good. Blossoming Defense, one of the few combat tricks in the cube. Here it is. Hexproof is nice, protects from all kinds of nonsense. Vapor Snag could be good, and Wake Thrasher is pretty aggressive. So I'm going to take Wake Thrasher here, partly because we have this Master of Waves, and I do want to increase our Devotion to Blue where possible. Council's Judgment, I guess that's a possibility. The other thing there was a red-green duel, but it wasn't one of the good ones, so I'll pass it there. And that would only be in case we have too few playables and want to play this Huntmaster. Alright, we've got Tameo, Panharmonicon, Master of Waves, Reflector Mage, and some other stuff. Okay, so what are we really doing here, and what is good out of this pack? Angel of Invention is going to do well with Panharmonicon. Obstinate Baloth will gain you 8 life off of that. And Wood Elves. Wood Elves finds Savannah, and maybe another dual land if we can pick that up, and it ramps us up to some good mana, so I'm going to pick that here. the Angel of Invention is cool, but it's more of an aggressive white card than a blue-green card, so it's easy to pass. Ancestral Vision for some nice card draw. Gaia's Cradle to help get way more mana than we should have. So this is one of the strongest cards in Cube if you can build around it, and I think we should be okay. So I'll take Gaia's Cradle here. Alright, now we're really talking. Well, Spell Queller is kind of neat, but you're really just countering one thing anyway, even with Panharmonicon. Verdurous Gearhulk, on the other hand, that is some aggressive stuff. Mirror Battlesphere is similar. So, what's the pick? Mirror Battlesphere or Verdurous Gearhulk? Now, the Battlesphere makes a lot of tokens, and that could be beneficial if we happen to get Opposition. Opposition, one of the best cards in Cube, so I'm going to take that first. It's also a card that more decks would want, so it's possible the Gearhulk wheels. Sylvan Caryatid, perfect little pickup here. Come on, Opposition. I know it's in here somewhere, well, not necessarily, but it could be. Legacy's Allure versus Acidic Slime and Deep Analysis, but I'm going to take the Allure because it is a lot of devotion to blue, and stealing creatures is powerful. It doesn't reliably steal a creature, but it does cheaply steal a creature, and you can let it tick up and just steal anything later. Tropical Island, perfect for our fetches here, and our Wood Elves, which can find a forest. So if we need blue, that'll be a good one to have in our deck. Trigon Predator, or Nissa Vital Force. Return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand, or even Merfolk Looter. I do think this card is strong, but it's not the best 5-mana Planeswalker you can have in Cube, although it is fairly quick. So I'm going to give that up here and take a Trigon Predator, which puts some decks under a ton of pressure. Primal Command. Sure. Of all the cards here, I think that one's reasonable. And nothing else is going to wheel out of this pack. So we can take Obstinate Baloth or Sunpetal Grove, although at this point we don't have much white. Not much white at all. I'll take the Baloth. Just a 4-mana 4/4 with a little upside against some discard spells. And they do exist in this cube. So we have some expensive stuff. We have plenty of playables. That's funny how things automatically get sorted in this. Someone else is really trying to do the pure green ramp. That's why we didn't see any elves beside our first pick here. But we did get enough playables since we kind of branched into 3 colors. Suruk, yeah. Baloth is not going to be as good. Control Magic is going to be good. I'll happily take that up. It's too bad we can't... Well, it's not a... You can't double it with Panharmonicon or something. Which would work with that Sower of Temptation. We could steal 2 different creatures. But that's not going to work with Control Magic. Birthing Pod. How's our little ramp looking? We've got 2 2-drops, 1 1-drop, 4 3s, 3 4s, and then we kind of break our chain. So I don't love Birthing Pod here, but Threads of Disloyalty, a fine sideboard card. Primal Command, yeah, I don't love that. I'll leave that in the sideboard. Everything else is pretty good where it is. I'm trying to think of another cut we could make. The Caryatid works well with the Battlement and the Follower. As many early creatures as we can get going for Gaia's Cradle to help ramp into something. Breeding Pool versus Deep Analysis. Ooh, what to take? Since we do have all this ramp, I do like Deep Analysis here to make sure we can keep going. Future Sight. Alright, that's the draft. Now, Looking at this, this is 26 without any lands, so it does need some cuts. One of the first cuts I'll make here is Gilded Lotus, because we don't have a lot going on at our top end. Panharmonicon. Gosh, so what does Panharmonicon copy? It copies at least 4, 5, 6, 7 things. We can cut Trigon Predator. And maybe Wake Thrasher is good enough, since we'll have so many things untapping that it's just a must answer. Legacy's Allure, into the Royal. Into the Royal might be a good cut, but with this curve, let's take a look at the curve again. With this curve, we have so many 2-drops, I think 16 lands will work. And if we want to put Search for Tomorrow as a 1-drop, it looks more like this, and all of our lands kind of stack up. So how many cards here ramp? If we pull those down, we've got 5, 6 cards focused on ramping. Well, we do also have some card draw, so it might be worth taking out one more card, and that could be, it could be Daze, because I don't want to return Island to hand. Yeah, I'll take out Daze for now. We can play 17 in here, so it'll be like 8, 7, 1, or 8, 8, 1. Because the green is a little earlier than the blue for the most part. I mean, we do have Legacy's Allure, so we need a lot of blue, but this should be good. Now we can take out a few of these here and a few of these there to make our land as good as possible. Yeah, that about does it. Whoops, sort by rarity. I guess this is a different rarity than rare? I don't know. Alright, that's the deck. We are a Bant mid-range ramp deck because we don't have all that many top-end threats. And hopefully that is good enough. This deck would be much better if it had a finisher like Upheaval or Opposition, but you don't always need those effects to win. So we'll see how this does without it.